everyone? Mike Arnold here, co-founder of Path Trading Partners. This is about 4 p.m. Central Time on December 15th. You can go over Ethereum, IOTA, and Litecoin this afternoon. So, if you're new here, please subscribe, like, and comment, and let's keep this growing. Ethereum came down. We hit this major cluster level right here, 629. We dipped below it, but then we bounced back up into it. And this was a nice long tail, and I like to watch for the 50% retracement, which came to right here. It dipped slightly below that, but then closed right at the 50% retracement, which is a really decent entry on these long tail candles that get caught in the rotation zone. If this didn't test key levels and the rotation zone and then come back up, then retrace and then come back up, it would not have been an entry, but that does qualify for a nice entry. Or you could have just watched for the return and the rotation back up. This candle is a nice rotation back up. Now it's sort of pausing at the end of this clear path. The next target areas we're watching for the upside are return to 713 to 716, this little cluster in here, and then 730, the end of the clear path, and then the levels are now all updated to the upside should we go to new highs. First cluster above that, 778 to 783. Then we have a three-way cluster up here. We have this very long Gann box projection, the shorter Gann box projection, and the reverse Gann box projection, which gives us this cluster, which should be ignored. That's 797 to 806. So that's going to be a really strong level. And then the next level above that is 846. Let's check in on the daily chart. Daily chart, we have 8 coming up, leaving this nice tail behind, but 8 coming up to possibly push the price, or it could consolidate, just let the 8 come higher. But these are the levels we'll be watching for on the next breakout. If this does not hold, the next key level we're watching for is a return to 586. Keep that in mind. And if we had, for some reason, an even bigger pullback, the next level will be 543. Switching over to IOTA. So here is IOTA, really cleaned up the chart here. It was getting messy, and I didn't like the way the price was reacting to certain levels on the longer term Gann box I had. So I'm using the Gann box from the lows on the 30th up to the highs on the 6th. That was November 30th to December 6th, and it seems to be holding to these levels really well. So one thing we'll do when we're doing our analysis work, if the charts get too messy and stuff's just not clear anymore, not making sense, I will literally wipe everything else, go back to square one and start drawing my key levels, and then look to see how price is reacting to it. So this came back down, stopping dead on the 50% retracement level. Again, then rebounding nicely. The rotation zone is still against it. All right, so it's really got to get back above about this $4 mark before, on a closing basis, before we'll start watching for pullback entries. So that's sort of where it stands in here. You know, all these moving averages are overhead resistance. Right now it's trading between the 50% is 333 and about 389, 390. If we can get above that 4 level, we're watching for a return to 446 and then about 5 to 502. Let's check in on IOTA on the daily chart. IOTA nicely in the middle of the rotation zone, so we've pulled back. There's that 50% level we've hit a couple times. So now we're just watching to see this to get some strength to move back up into these other key levels. This is at least decent. It's burning off some of this overbought condition. I mean, it went really far, really fast. Beginning of December, it was trading around $1.30. Then it went up to 560 in the matter of a few days, you know, like 6 days. That is a massive move, so this really has to consolidate. Keep, you know, this is healthy. It's back in the rotation zone. It's trying to get the turns up. So it's burned off a lot of its overbought condition. Now we're just waiting for some substantial move to really prove that it can hold these key levels and make another run at some of these other prior levels. So we're being patient on it, watching for that close back above 4. Finally, over to Litecoin. Litecoin's holding at the bottom of the 4-hour rotation zone, got this little close slightly below it, then turned right around abruptly, got a nice move back up. This also formed a really nice divergence. We've talked about the short term. We like short-term RSIs a lot to find divergences. So you see here we make a low in Litecoin, then a lower low in Litecoin, and on the indicator we make a low here, then a higher low. So this is low to high, and this is high to low. Classic divergence pattern, right around some key levels, and it held the bottom of the rotation zone, closing back into the rotation zone. So that's a really nice entry, and then a rotation back up to hold us back up here. Pretty much has got stalled out at the end of this clear path, this 317 to 318 level. That's major resistance right now. You see it poked up here to that level. Key close, then sold off. Now it got there with the highs again. We need to get a close. What I'm watching for is a close of around 321.55 to really show that it's broken through this levels. If it pulls back again, first level support right now is 293. Next level support is about 275. Let's check in on the daily chart on Litecoin. So Litecoin, we got the 8 coming up to push the price. Has not dipped in the rotation zone yet, but this is really nice that 8's coming up to push the price. This might consolidate for a while longer, so don't be surprised if it retests some of these key levels again. There was only that one sort of aggressive divergence entry that we found so far. Updated some of our levels with the GAN box and the reverse GAN box also here. So after it retackles 350, then we're looking for the next cluster, 360 to 363. And then we have 370 and 377 are the minor levels. We'll also can probably do a retracement extension. Let's just put that up there right now. We're going to go from this key low, right where it really started breaking out, up to this major high at 350, back here. And then we're not going to use our box levels, and we're going to take off our background. We're going to use the couple projections of the 62.5% GANs and the full GAN and see where that takes us. So the next major move up, we're looking at about 407 and then possibly 506. So that's what we'll be watching for to the upside in Litecoin after we can get through these most recent highs, and especially this resistance I just talked about right around the 317, 318 level. Again, we're watching for a close on that 4-hour chart above 321 to prove that it can really get through that level. That's what we have for you on Ethereum, IOTA, and Litecoin. Watch for more updates coming this weekend. Bye for now.